Hello there. So the big news emanating out of COP26 in Glasgow Now, Joe, I know you're meant to be the US President and leader of the free world, but will you stop being so free with your wind? As per usual, please like, subscribe and comment below. And when subscribing, please do press that little bell, but also select the all option, or you won't get any notifications when I publish a new video. The US President Joe Biden added to the climate change emissions at COP26. And no, it wasn't his motorcade. No, Sleepy Joe might not be a Donald Trump, but he does still Trump himself. Yes, an oblivious Joe Biden decided to stay awake at the COP26 summit this time, but embarrassingly broke wind when conversing with Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall. Puts another angle on engaging in small talk, doesn't it? And according to reports, a shocked Camilla was blown away by the moment. And this was not a small incident. Reports are suggesting this was a prolonged event, registering somewhere between 6 and 7 on the Richter scale. Isn't this an offence under the Clean Air Act or something? And it puts paid to the talk of Stinky Joe being a breath of fresh air, doesn't it, since he's taken it upon himself to import noxious gases into the UK. And according to the Daily Mail, this not-so-fragrant moment was long and loud and impossible to ignore. Camilla hasn't stopped talking about it. The stuff of after-dinner talks for years to come. She'll have them in stitches and rolling round in the aisles over this one. Now, what isn't detailed in the reports was whether this was one of those slight leg lifters, or whether it was an inadvertent leak or a forced occurrence requiring some red-faced concentration of effort. Also, there are no reports on whether or not the US President continued to waft around the halls of COP26, giving other bigwigs the benefits of his, utterances. Now, to spare the US President any more embarrassment over these sorts of incidents, might one suggest that he always has his wife in attendance at these do's, so he's got someone to blame. Or maybe he should have an aide with him at all times, trained to blush, stutter their apologies, and move away, on cue. Now, maybe the culprit is the supposedly plant-based food that they've been serving up to the COP26 attendees. Does tend to help with gaseous productions, you know. Maybe a good old-fashioned meat diet would remedy the situation. Or maybe the COP26 burgers and steaks aren't up to the solid, steroid-fed US beef standards. Or maybe he took the plunge and partook of haggis and neeps. Who knows? And this whole outflow of US presidential diplomacy has been branded Fartgate. How original. And the trouble for the White House is that whenever Joe Biden addresses the nation or gives a press conference or meets with foreign dignitaries, the media will have to have a microphone at both ends of Joe Biden to make sure they get the complete picture. Then try and work out which end is speaking the most sense. Although I do have my own opinion on that one. And when Farty Joe starts lecturing the UK on Brexit and the Northern Ireland Protocol, Boris can just sniff the air and ask, has someone just passed wind? And I think Stinky Joe will soon once again be pontificating on the Irish Border Protocol, because it looks like the UK is edging slowly closer to the inevitable triggering of Article 16 to put right the EU forced damage to the peace in Northern Ireland that has been taking place since the start of the year. So now we've fully covered that atmosphere-shattering Biden discharge, let's move on to that pesky Northern Ireland Protocol. But before I get to that, I just want to say a massive thank you to all my Super Thanks, Patreon and PayPal supporters, as well as those that do buy a mug with my mug on it, Links in the descriptions box below. You really do help me keep this channel going. So the story is that the UK negotiator Lord Frost met with his opposite number EU Commission Vice President Maros Šefčovič, where the UK demanded full sovereignty where Northern Ireland is concerned, and the EU said not on your Nelly. The EU just wants to keep on driving that single market wedge in further between Great Britain and Northern Ireland, even in the knowledge of the recent flare-ups over there, where sadly some UK loyalists in Northern Ireland are now saying that direct action may be the only way for their voices to be listened to. Absolute proof in itself that the protocol has comprehensively failed. Now, without the EU engaging in real negotiations, the situation can only get worse. So the UK is quite within its rights to use Article 16 of the agreement that the EU is also bound by, and then remedy the situation. And we're hearing that Boris is ready to press the Article 16 trigger once COP26 is over. But if the UK lawfully triggers Article 16, the EU is threatening to retaliate with unlawful retribution. Not only that, John Major, the politician that is only remembered for signing us up to the EU Maastricht Treaty and having an extramarital fling with Edwina Currie, has warned that triggering Article 16 would be colossally stupid. Sounds to me like Major is on the EU side here, so I am automatically on the other side. If the way the EU is interpreting and implementing the protocol damages the pro-UK loyalists in Northern Ireland, then the protocol has failed, and failed utterly. The anti-Brexit, pro-EU lobby will never, ever remove their EU blinkers. Anyway, the EU is threatening all sorts of blood-curdling outcomes if the UK legitimately uses one of the tools in the Brexit kit that is available to it. But we in the UK also have another route. Leaked government papers indicate that the UK will walk away from engagement with 3 EU research programmes, taking our 15 billion quid with us, because the EU is blocking our negotiated re-entry into the Horizon, Copernicus Earth and Euratom programmes. And according to government sources, this breaches Article 710 of the Brexit Trade and Cooperation Agreement, where it talks about UK participation in EU programmes. So there you go. We have a fishing agreement with the EU, which France and Brussels is trying to weaponise against the UK. We have a Northern Ireland Protocol agreed with the EU, which Brussels and Dublin have weaponised against the UK. We have an agreement to participate in the Horizon programme, where delaying tactics are being used against us. We have an agreement to participate in Copernicus Earth, where delaying tactics are being used against us. We have an agreement to participate in Euratom, where delaying tactics are being used against us. We have agreements for electricity to be supplied to the UK and Jersey, where France and Brussels are threatening to weaponise those against us. We use ports in the EU to trade with its member states, which Brussels would like to weaponise against us. It's a good job they're our friends and partners, isn't it? So what's your opinion on Stinky Joe Biden and the protocol? Please like and comment below.